Good morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahel Philippos and here is today's big story. Delhi has become the first major metro to impose a weekend curfew as a fresh COVID wave, fueled by the more transmissible Omicron variant, sweeps across the country. Officials said that all services except shops selling essentials such as groceries will be shut over the weekend. And the earlier curbs on public transport, whereby the occupancy was restricted to 50% of total seats, has been removed. Meanwhile, a cruise ship that set sail to Goa on January 1st returned to Mumbai after 66 passengers on board tested positive for COVID-19. Port officials in Goa said that there were some disagreements after passengers were not allowed to disembark, but matters were resolved before the ship set sail for Mumbai. Next up are our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. A marathon organized by the Congress for a group of girls in Bareilly saw a near stampede-like situation as eager participants broke into a run. While no one was injured, these events have seen a near record turnout, with the Jhansi and Lucknow events reportedly drawing in over 10,000 participants. While rival parties have said that these marathons are unlikely to translate into any kind of electoral support, the party is still hopeful. Never in the recent past have its events generated the kind of buzz that these marathons have managed. Here are our stories from the front page. A woman who is suspected to be the main accused behind the app which hosted doctored photographs and objectionable comments targeting Muslim women was arrested in Uttarakhand. According to police, the woman and a 21-year-old engineering student had created a few fake Twitter accounts under Sikh names to mislead others into believing that the account Khalsa Supremacist was being run by a non-Hindu. A Padma awardee has been booked under the POCSO Act for allegedly raping a minor while she was under his foster care. The man moved the Guwahati High Court seeking pre-arrest bail. On December 28th, he was granted interim bail and the court called for the case diary on January 7th. And now for our must-read stories. With a sharp surge in the demand for at-home antigen testing kits amidst the third wave of the coronavirus pandemic, health officials in Maharashtra are concerned that a large chunk of positive cases are now going unreported. This issue, in fact, was also flagged by the COVID-19 National Task Force. According to Sujit Jain, the director of MyLab Discovery Solutions, the demand of one such kit, CoviSelf, has surged by nearly 200% during the third wave. After Omicron, the emergence of a new variant is raising fears of yet another wave of fresh infections. The variant is called B1640 or IHU and has been found mostly in France, although its presence has been detected in some other countries. The variant is also being reported to have as many as 46 mutations, including some in the spike protein. But the good news is this: it doesn't seem to be spreading very quickly. If you happen to be in a small remote village without any cash and with little to no internet connectivity, you can still make purchases or do any transactions up to a limit of Rs 200 using your mobile phone or wallet. This is now possible because of the RBI allowing the offline mode of small value payments using any channel or instrument, including cards, wallets, or mobile devices. We break down the process as well as the reason behind the RBI's decision. And finally, many people tend to assume that Shardul Thakur is lazy and tends to get lucky with the wicket-taking balls. His bowling coach L. Balaji, however, disagrees. He calls him a very intelligent bowler. This intelligence was best displayed in the 7-wicket haul in game-turning spells on day 2 at Johannesburg. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.